Welcome to round one of the Central and Eastern European Rotax Max Championship. We're here in Italy in the beautiful tourist resort town of Jesolo, just north of Venice. And we have here in front of us the Rotax Max Senior Championship, an 18-lap race for these Rotax Max engined karts. This class being for drivers 15 years and over, and they produce 28.5 horsepower with a minimum weight of 165 kilograms and all using Mojo D2 tyres. As you can see, the drivers are excited about the start of this race, but we're not treated to the sunshine you'd like to think of such a beautiful tourist resort. They had great weather conditions yesterday for the heats and practice, but you will see there is even spray coming off the back of these karts. These guys are going to have to get used to brand new conditions to what they've been able to practice in. Who is going to make the most of these conditions? You can see that they are getting excited for the start of the race. Everybody seems to be behaving well, and the green flag is given and the race is off. And they're hurtling down. Those at the back may just have a slight disadvantage with a bit of the spray, but in the lead we have Moch Vabrond, and he looks to be making the most of that pole position and has just edged himself ahead of Konstantin Scholl in kart 171. But in third place, Thomas Stranava, kart 130, not going to let them get away, and it's all very tight at the moment. But has Moch Vabrond managed to make a little bit of a break there, just making the most of the conditions? And we have a spinner there, unfortunately. Stefan Ritschko in kart 173 just tried to make a bit of a lunge up the inside, started from the rear and was looking to make up some positions, just pushed it that little bit too hard into the corner. He'll be very disappointed. You could see him hitting the front of his kart, not happy with that, but he'll be trying. There's still plenty of laps to go to make up those positions. So Moch Vabrond certainly is making the most of these conditions. He certainly seems to, dare we even say, enjoy riding those curbs. I'm sure he's picking which curbs to ride, because obviously with them being painted, there's going to be some of them with these tricky conditions, they're going to be too slippy. But he's still going to be looking to straight line wherever possible, and he's on to his second lap already. Unsurprisingly, he does have the fastest lap on that one at a 1:06, a fantastic time in these conditions. So in second place still 171 Konstantin Scholl, and in third position 130 Thomas Stranava. I don't think we've seen the last of this. Okay, Moch Vabrond is making a good break. Are they going to be able to reel him back in again? We'll have to wait and see. But it certainly seems to be closing up. There's battles all the way down through the grid. That's the great thing about kart racing. You can't take your eyes off of anywhere. You see in the background there's all sorts of battles all the way down the grid. Has anybody qualified out of position? Have any of the drivers further back got particular expertise in the rain? The calibre of drivers here is fantastically high. There is no question about that. We even have the 2007 European champion leading this race at the moment, Moch Vabrond. So very good quality of drivers here, and to be fair to Vabrond, he's showing it at the moment. He really is just drifting that kart round in complete control under the braking and with the throttle, keeping it all nicely controlled. You can see the concentration as he goes around the corners, looking down at the front of his kart where he wants to line it up. And we've got some fantastic battles further down, as we said, looking to move themselves up, not lose sight of the karts behind, but they're having to watch out for the karts behind them, because moves can be made. So Moch Vabrond on that lap has gone even faster, 1:05.1, fantastic time. And look at the battles taking shape a little bit further behind. So 16 laps still to go. I'm sure these conditions are going to be even more tiring, because they just cannot let their concentration go at any stage. Get slightly offline, get into some of the standing water, and they're going to be struggling to recover it. And of course, if they get themselves onto the grass from that, even harder for them to recover. So 100% concentration. It's still Vabrond in the lead, and Konstantin Scholl in second. Kart 130, Thomas Stranava is running in third. As we look at the battles going on a little bit further back, we have kart number 171 there, which is Konstantin Scholl still trying to shake off the attentions of Thomas Stranava. Is that going to be a battle that's going to rage through the entire process? It's very possible. He's not managed to break away completely. Little bit of a gap, so he's not under incredible pressure. Oh, and look at that, there's a variety of lines being taken here in these conditions. Of course, some people do prefer in the wet that you go out wide because there'll be the marbles, and whilst they are bad in the dry conditions, obviously when you've got a bit of wet, they can provide a little bit more adhesion for your tyres. So there are people sweeping in, but you've still got the odd driver that is choosing to absolutely hug those inside curves. We then see our leader serenely carrying on into the distance. He's bouncing over those curves, really knows where to take it over. It brings tear to my eyes, and imagining that it's got to hurt a little bit jumping over those curves, but he seems to be doing a fantastic job with it. We did notice briefly that Vid Pashed was defending from Ferenc Mark. In fact, it looked like he'd attempted to make a move. It hadn't quite come up, but I noticed that was for 5th and 6th, but Vid Pashed has actually dropped down to 9th. Yeah, he's in 9th, cart 127. I wonder whether we've got a problem there for Pashed. That would be a real shame. It is the first round, so and this is the pre-final, so if there is any kind of issue, obviously he'll be looking to make amends in the final. First of the 4 rounds here in Italy. We are now, we've completed 4 laps so far, and we have 13 laps to go. So actually, apologies, our leader has completed 5 laps. Looking at the second half of the screen there, where he's managed to pull up such a commanding lead that he's already half a lap ahead of the second half of the grid. It really is a majestic performance from Moxford Ron. So an absolute masterclass in the rain. Does that mean it is his speciality? I mean, with these one-make engines, it really is very much about the driver, the skill of the driver, but also the driver's experience in getting their setup of the engine and the chassis right for them, the track, and importantly here, I think the conditions. And we've got 172 and 141. That was a real brave move there. That's Nicky Cresce, passed by Alberto Prioli up the inside on the exit, but he ran wide, and that was for 8th position. So as you can see, there really is some fantastic battles further down. And we saw that Mikhail Pospichal's 6th position is under pressure. That's cart 159 from 175, Maximilian Weinziel, who started in 12th position, and he's got himself up into 7th, challenging 6th already. No, he has made that move. He is up into 6th position. In actual fact, has Mikhail Pospichal got a bit of a problem? Yeah, unfortunately, just as I start talking about it, it looks like he's out. And we've also lost Dominic Pultz as well, unfortunately. So we have had 2 retirements, didn't see them drop out, but just as I was explaining about how 6th position Mikhail Pospichal was under pressure from Maximilian Weinziel, we have lost Pospichal. An absolute shame. He's doing a great job. 127 going very slow there. So that is Pashed. I said I wondered whether he had a bit of a problem, and he was definitely going slow there. That's very unfortunate. Is that into retirement, or is he recovering from a problem? We'll see very shortly, but at the moment he's down in 23rd, so considering he was up there challenging at the sharp end of the grid, that really is a big shame for Pashed, but hopefully it's not too big a problem when he'll be back out in the next in the grand final. So here's our leader, kart 111, still carrying on into the distance. We have completed 7 laps. He's on his 8th lap with 11 to go. So these races really do go very quick when there's so much action all the way through the grid. You're really keeping your eye on absolutely everything. So there's kart 175. So that's Maximilian Weinziel. As we said, he started in 12th, and he's got himself right up to the sharp end of the grid. So he's currently running in 6th position, and I think he's closing on Ferenc Merk. Oh, just as I mentioned Ferenc Merk, he's dropping down a little bit. Have we got a problem there for Ferenc Merk? Unfortunately, he was holding himself up really well there. That would really be a shame if we have lost him. No, he's only down to 6th. So, okay, that looked suggested on the times as though he was dropping down a little bit further, but no, it wasn't. It was Maximilian has moved up yet another position. So, really is an outstanding performance. Such a shame that he'd started down in 12th, because it would have been a great battle between our current leader, Max Verbrand, and Maximilian. I think he would have put incredible pressure. Looking at the times, 1:05.675 is the best time there, compared to a 1:05.1. So our leader, Max Verbrand, is just under half a second faster a lap at the moment, but I think he would have been putting pressure. And 1:32 there is really making a brave move there. That's Tremont Mattia, lunged up the inside of 1:89 Bonhoeffer Benjamin. Tries to come back there, does Bonhoeffer, but Tremonti held the inside and was able to hold it all the way into the next corner and successfully takes that 22nd place. There's my point, 22nd place, fantastic battle all the way through. It really is such great entertainment, these karts. I do have the pleasure of commentating on karts and superkarts around Europe, and they just never cease to capture my attention. Fantastic entertainment. And we've got a battle there, 1:07.6 and 1:07.5. So Niki Lauda is now under pressure from Maximilian Weinzierl. So is Maximilian Weinzierl managed to take 4th position from that 12th on the grid? He is putting incredible pressure on him. But at the moment, Niki Lauda is managing to hold on to it. We are currently 10 laps completed as our leader just goes over the line. So we have 8 laps to go. Yellow flag there for the stricken car off to the side. I couldn't quite make out the number, but unfortunately that appears to be someone off the racing line, but totally out of the way, so shouldn't cause too much of an issue for people. And actually the stricken car is rejoining, keeping nicely out of the way, and we can see that our leader is now battling through back markers. But everybody's credit where credit's due, everybody behaving impeccably, keeping out of the way, obeying the blue flags. Our leader is able to carry on. Of course, it becomes a very different matter when you come across battles between back markers. How are they going to see that coming up then? Are they going to be too focused on their own battles to actually move out of the way? It's a tricky one. And in fact, we see these battles all the way through again. And here's that battle for 4th position. Niki Lauda still just about got that from Weinzierl. But Weinzierl, as we've seen, is battled his way through the grid. Really is lapping incredibly fast. 1:05.6 is the fastest lap by him. 1:05.1 for our leader. So as I say, about half a second per lap in it at the moment on their best lap times. But if they were joined together, it would be interesting to see that battle. Hopefully in the final, that'll be a battle we'll be able to see. Such smooth actions from Max Verbrand in the lead there. Controlling the car, not just with the steering, but very much on the throttle and the brake. Sliding it into the corners when appropriate, jumping over those curbs to straight line as much as possible. And there's that wide line that we were talking about, getting as much grip as he possibly can. And there again is still that battle between Niki Lauda and Weinzierl, and of course they're now coming up to back markers. What effect is that going to have? Hopefully again, same as they have done for the leader, they will still be given the due attention for this battle. And I thought we were going to get the move there by Weinzierl, but it wasn't quite close enough as our leader goes across the line to complete his 12th lap. 6 laps to go. And he's probably taken a little bit easier now, I would say, in the fact that I think his lap times, he's down in the 1:06. I mean, let's put that in perspective. 1:06, fantastic. It's only about a second slower than his best. But why push it more than he needs to? He has that lead. He is achieving what he needs to achieve at the moment. He currently has quite a comfortable gap. Is it 1:30 onto 1:71? That's 4th and 5th having a fantastic battle as well. So it really is all the way through. Sorry, that was 2nd and 3rd. Konstantin Scholl. So exciting, even I'm losing track. It really is that capturing your eyes all over the place. So second and third absolutely glued together. Konstantin Scholl and Thomas Stranava. Is Stranava going to be able to make that move to take that second place? Is Weinzierl able to make that move up? In fact, he has. We saw there that cart 175 was now ahead of 176. So Weinzierl has moved himself up to 4th position from 12th on the grid. Absolutely fantastic performance there. He got to be happy with that. Is he able to get up the podium? I'm not sure. It looks like he's about 8 seconds down the road at the moment. But Stranava and Scholl are absolutely glued together still. So there's the battle as our leader still continues to cut through. 5 laps to go. Probably more like 4.5 laps now, to be fair. Just smoothly taking it through. I say smoothly, it still makes my back hurt seeing him going over those curbs like that. And he knows the racing lines. You see that kart 183 there, absolutely glued to that inside of the curb. So there are some varied lines going on there. So interesting to see which ones work best. And it's not always to say it's the right line. It could be what works best for yourself. People see there's more of them hugging, and then 189 taking it further out on the white line. That's Bonhoeffo. They've got their preferred lines as our leader comes through to complete yet another lap. So this will be his 14th. Yep, he's completed 14 laps now. Sorry, the timers took a minute to update there. I thought it was going to say 14. It is. I said he was taking it easier. He's back down in the 105s again now, so he's not taking it that easier. And and our leader is now coming up to battling back markers. Fantastic, keeping out of the way, but that was very close there. I guess that back marker is attempting to get a bit of a slipstream there so that he doesn't lose sight of the battle. So well done. They stayed out of the way, although it looked very, very close. Probably our leader, I suspect, had his heart in his mouth at some point there, but he's still edging into the lead, heading towards completing his 15th lap, leaving him with 3 laps to go at the end of this. Is he still going to be in those 105s? I suspect not. And we've got a move being attempted there, but didn't quite catch the number. There is kart 176, Nicky Lahr. He is running in that 5th position now after Weinzierl managed to take the 4. Weinzierl's got the gap down to third to 7.7, but with only 3 laps to go, I can't see him quite managing to secure that podium. What a story that would have been, from 12th to the podium. That would have been fantastic, but I think he's going to end up with that 4th position, and he cannot be disappointed in these conditions as well. Is it like the Jean Alesi in the rain in the karts? But let's not lose sight of the fact our fastest man on the track is our leader, Mats Verbrand. An outstanding performance. He is the 2007 European champion, and in fairness, I think we can see why he got that trophy. Slides up the inside on another one of the back markers there. I think that was 115 David Richter. Nicely kept out of the way, allowed our leader to still take his racing line. Look at this all the way down through. So 169 there. That is Fodor Arpad is still looking to make up positions as we now are into just 2 laps remaining. Our leader is on the penultimate lap. It really does go so quick. I mean, 18 laps. I'm sure it doesn't for them. It must be great work. Of course, these guys are in fantastic physical condition, but with these conditions as well, keeping their concentration, it's going to be sapping on them. But certainly for me as an excited spectator, thoroughly enjoying watching these guys duel wheel to wheel. Look, even all the way through there, we've got 2 side by side, and there was contact there. That looked like there was contact. I do apologise, I wasn't able to quite make out the numbers there, but I was so caught by how close that was. And that's our leader just overtaking a back marker there. Thankfully that wasn't our leader, Mats Verbrand, that was dueling there and getting the contact on the back wheel after he'd made the move. But nobody's letting up. We're down to just about to complete his penultimate lap. Here he goes to take the last lap board. I'm sure he'll be glad to see that. He knows that he's comfortable, but he's not even feeling a need to look behind him. That's how commanding he knows his lead. Of course, the joy of this circuit is that as he goes through one of the hairpins, he'll be able to see far enough back, but that's when you know you've got a good lead, that you're actually able to look back after the hairpin to see that second place is that far back. And here we still have the ongoing battle between 171, which is Konstantin Scholl, and our third position, which is Thomas Stronava. He's not letting go. We're even on to that last lap and they're still battling, absolutely glued together. Second and third, the second and third positions on the podium. It looks to me as though Stronava is looking to get one step higher. Is he going to be able to make it move? In fact, they were only 0.288 apart as they went across the line after 17 laps of dueling, and they were that close together. Absolutely fantastic to see. As we see our leader absolutely drifting that back end into that corner. And I thought we were about to see someone had spun off there. Fortunately not. We've had the 3 retirements so far. That's pretty good considering the 28 starters that we had. So 25 is still running, and we are looking for our leader to come through and take the checkered flag. Mots for Brond has taken the win in a total time of 19.43 minutes. Fantastic performance, fastest lap as well, 105.148. And in second place we had Konstantin Scholl. In third place was Kart 130, Thomas Stronava. In fourth position, a fantastic recovery in 175, Maximilian Weinziel, coming through from 12th. In fifth position was 176, Nicky La. And in sixth we had Kart 101, Ferenc Mark. Absolutely outstanding.